the hijab, or the covering of the Muslim woman. Covering up her body, either completely or everything except for her face and hands. This covering has traditionally been looked at, from Western circles as being oppression of the Muslim woman. She's oppressed. She cannot dress as she feels, show her finery, and this type of thing. She's obliged to cover herself up. And this is looked at as being oppression. Well, in fact, it is liberation. It liberates her from the oppression of men, from the harassment of men, which is the natural product of mixing men and women together, where women expose themselves. All we have to do is look at the statistics for rape in America over the last 60 years, 70 years. We see a major increase taking place. And this can also be linked with the undressing of the North American female. As their clothes got shorter and less, we find rape increasing correspondingly. It is not something surprising. So Islam, recognizing that there is a fundamental and basic animal attraction between men and women, one which men, because they are stronger, will tend to put into practice if given an opportunity. In order to protect women from unwanted advances, they are covered, and this is the intent. When in the privacy of their home, they're perfectly allowed to show their finery, dressed in fancy dresses or whatever, beautify themselves. Because in their home, those people who will appreciate it, like their husband, if it moves him to, be physical, then this is something in the right context. He is allowed. It's legal. He is in a state of marriage. This is something beneficial for the society. Whereas, when she's outside the home, she does not want these kind of advances which would create a situation which is harmful to the society, where adultery, rape, etc., not only harms the children that come out of such relationships, but it also becomes a major reason for the spread of disease. When we look at the issues of AIDS and herpes, and the major venereal diseases, etc., this is most widespread in the societies that are most promiscuous, where the male-female relationship is wide open. Then this is where it spreads most rapidly, obviously. This is why when AIDS became a major issue, people were talking about, celibacy. This is it now. You're going out, the only way to protect yourself is virtually to be celibate. Or you married to this woman, that's it. You don't have any other relations with any. It cramps, people's lifestyle. But in fact, what you find in Muslim societies, where relationships are limited, are kept within clear, limited bounds, that the spread of AIDS is on a much lower level. Not to say it's not taking place, because Muslim society is not a society of angels. You have people also committing adultery or fornication there too. But it's just that the incidence is much less. The last of the principles or practices which are religiously based, wherein there tends to be some misconceptions is that of the laws, the criminal laws, the public executions, the amputating of hands and heads, which is usually described in Western press as the hacking off of heads and hands, you know. And this is looked at as being barbaric. They call them medieval, these types of names. However, what we find is that, one, when a hand is amputated, it's not just a situation that a person steals once and he is caught and his hand is chopped off just like that, you know. No. The issue of cutting a hand is something which only takes place where certain principles have been applied. One, if a person were to steal and he was working for somebody who was not paying him his wages, if he stole from him, the law would not be applied to him. It's justified. If he stole in a circumstance where something was out in the open, you know, you left your watch on the desk and he stole it, they're not going to cut your hand for this. The cutting of the hand is for the individual who is like a professional criminal. One who is deliberate. He's breaking into your home, he's cracking your safe, he's picking your pocket. Now these are people now, it's not a question of just temptation, you know. It's like this guy, this is his plan. He's looking for a shortcut. You're working to earn your money. He doesn't want to work. He wants the shortcut. He wants to take it. Something for nothing. That individual, he loses his hand. If what he has stolen has a value, you know, which is over a certain limit. It's not just you steal a pen and they're going to cut your hand. No. I mean, it has a set value, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of around 500 reals, something of that and upwards, that the hand is amputated. And the public executions, of course, in the Western system, where the idea of executing people for murder, you know, has been stopped in many places, though people are bringing it back again. You know, people have argued that when we execute murderers, this has not reduced crime. We kill them, but they're still committing murders. So this execution is really not any form of deterrent. However, in this society, where the execution takes place publicly, it has a different effect. Because it's different, you know, when you take somebody into a back room and you kill him there, you know, you hang him or you put some gas on him or you put him on an electric chair. The society doesn't see this. Only a selected group of people go in, reporters or whatever, and they watch this. And the society as a whole doesn't see